Welcome back. In other news, today's bell-ringing ceremony at the Colombo Stock Exchange marked a momentous day for the bourse with the launch of its largest initial public offering since 2011, the 3.2 billion Vinforce Limited listing. Speaking before the ringing of the bell, which launched the day's trading, CSE Chairman Dumit Fernando called the timing of the IPO on World Earth Day a clear sign of the impact the company hopes to make on the climate issue. Vinforce Limited Chairman Ranil Pathirana in his address stated that the company's culture makes every day World Earth Day and added that with the government's green energy focus, the future looks bright for the industry. And the future did indeed look bright for the company after its issue was heavily oversubscribed, opening above its listing price of 16 rupees at 17 rupees and 90 cents and rising as high as 19 rupees during the day.
A bell-ringing ceremony was worked off at the Colombo Stock Exchange this morning, with the trading day flagged off by Vinforce Limited. Trading at the CSE today kicked off with an air of expectation due to the 3.2 billion rupee initial public offering by Vinforce Limited, Sri Lanka's pioneer renewable energy company that boasts a portfolio of projects in Asia, Africa and Eastern Europe. Speaking at the ceremony, CSE Chairman Dumit Fernando said that the listing validated the efforts of the bourse to streamline its processes in order to attract more companies to list.
As of 9 months ago, when we relaunched a strategic plan for the stock exchange, one of our 5 priority areas was bringing more companies for listing, for equity as well as debt, to make the Colombo Stock Exchange a more vibrant place for intermediating capital from investors into companies that needed it. And it's quite coincidental we're doing this IPO on what is World Earth Day. It fits very well with the theme of the company's purpose. I don't have to elaborate on the importance of companies like this who are taking the lead on dealing with one of the most important risks to our planet and humanity, which is climate change. I understand the entire process of filing took 3 weeks, which is all work that we had prepared for earlier in the year in making this process much easier for companies like you.
Addressing the gathering, Vinforce Chairman Ranil Pathirana made it very clear that the company intends to take advantage of the green energy plan set out in the government's policy statement and called it a great sign for the renewable energy sector.
For Vinforce, every day is an Earth Day. We are playing that role and we will continue to play that role into the future. With the world moving towards clean energy options and our government policy to achieve a larger percentage of power generation through renewables by 2030, Vinforce is confident of continuing to grow in Sri Lanka and overseas and become a truly global clean energy power company.
The Colombo Stock Exchange's biggest initial public offering in 11 years launched today with the listing of Vinforce Limited, Sri Lanka's largest renewable energy company. There are high expectations from the IPO, which debuted last month to receive applications worth 25.7 billion rupees, 8 times the planned amount. The listing today created a sense of excitement in the market today, buoyed by at the prospect of more and more companies taking advantage of the new streamlined processes at the board to gain access to global funding sources. Energy needs of the world have skyrocketed over the past century, owing to growing populations and increasing standards of living for many people across both developed and developing countries. According to studies, between 2005 and 2030, global demand for energy is projected to expand by 55%, with demand increasing from 11.4 billion tons of oil to 17.7 billion. With resources of world's primary energy source, fossil fuels, close to exhaustion, it is considered prudent to turn to clean and inexhaustible renewable energy. With that, companies such as Vinforce Limited are embracing the responsibility of building a greener, more sustainable world that works hand in hand with nature. Having stepped into the business in 2010 to promote and handle renewable energy developments, today the company has grown into the largest independent renewable power producer in Sri Lanka and has also expanded to include plants in Pakistan, Uganda and Ukraine. The company currently operates 27 power plants with a capacity of 218 megawatts, of which 55.4% are in Sri Lanka, 9.3% in Uganda, 31.2% in Pakistan and the rest in Ukraine. In terms of energy, Vinforce has 7 wind plants with a total capacity of 70 megawatts, 10 solar power plants and 10 mini hydro plants. With their sights set high, the company today launched the largest initial public offering at the Colombo Stock Exchange, seeking to raise 3.2 billion rupees for ongoing and future projects. Vinfos debuted their initial public offering in March and was oversubscribed almost immediately, receiving applications worth 25.7 billion rupees.
This is the IPO which took place within the shortest period of time. The CSE gave us the approval within 3 weeks of us making the application to go to the stock market. The reason for the raising of 3.2 billion is that we have 2 projects in the pipeline. That's a 15 megawatt, 10 megawatt plus a 5 megawatt wind power plant to be developed in Mannar. We have already obtained the approval recently and awaiting cabinet decision to start the project in Mannar. And there is another 30 megawatt solar plus a 7.5 megawatt battery energy storage system to be developed in Senegal. This is the first time we are introducing battery technology to that country, and it is at a technical negotiation stage.
Meanwhile, with the government introducing a national policy to increase the country's energy requirement through renewable energies from 50 to 70%, the Vinfos managing director offered some recommendations to the government on how he believes the process could be fast-tracked.
We have quite a challenge to achieve this 70% of renewable by 2030. There should be some drastic changes in the policies of the government if we are to achieve those. One of the future methods we see is what was in the past, the feed-in tariff. The feed-in tariff is a method where the government announces the renewable energy tariff for solar, wind and hydro every year. Whoever has the capital strength and the technical knowledge can develop the plan based on the tariff published. And it was a very straightforward method, and the renewable energy industry was developing at a very fast rate. But unfortunately, with the tendering process at the outset, it looks very transparent, but the growth rates we expect cannot be achieved through that mechanism.
Pereira also listed out the benefits that Vinfos looks forward to through its listing, especially the fact that international lending organizations have already jumped on the opportunity to take a share in the company.
When the company is growing, it's always good to be a public quoted company, and the present government also encourage the companies to go public. They have given so much of incentives to go to the stock market, and also through the last budget the government gave a concession 50% of income tax been reduced for new IPOs for the next 3 years. So we will be eligible for that benefit also. Being public will always have a better perception among the international markets because you are a public company. They consider it as a responsible partner, and also raising funds from the DFIs, that is international funding agencies. They look at quite differently when you are a public quoted company. And also some of these DFIs are already become shareholders through the IPO of Vinfos. That itself makes us a strong player in the market because they are already partners.
Also speaking to First at 9, Head of Originations and Issuer Relations at the Colombo Stock Exchange, Purasisi Jinadasa highlighted the significance of the Vinfos IPO to the CSE.
The Vinfos IPO is definitely a significant milestone for the stock exchange, considering that it's the largest IPO since 2011. However, it's important to note that we definitely seeing an uptick in terms of issuers approaching us to seek how they can best leverage the stock exchange. And I think that's primarily due to 2 reasons. One being an increase in awareness that we are trying to do to show how you can benefit from a listing, especially for family businesses where survivability is an issue, as well as the cost effectiveness of using the exchange as a means to raise funds compared to the traditional, more restrictive methods that were more prevalent. And coupled to this is the progressive government policies. Broadly speaking, lots of Sri Lankans don't consider the equity market for their savings needs. Secondly, there's a lack of higher yields available in traditional investment vehicles. So what we are seeing is that investors are looking at the share market in order to bridge that.
Jinadasa added that companies can look forward to a more vast source of funding with the access to global capital that listing offers businesses.
One of the key components of any economy is capital formation, deploying capital for investment purposes as well as raising capital for funding purposes. And one of the most cost-effective methods to do this is using the exchange. The benefit of using the exchange, of course, is that you are able to access global capital in a cost-effective manner.
With that, we wrap up tonight's edition of First at 9. Thank you.